where he lost himself.
Yes.
And he couldn't get himself back out of the role.
And most of the good ones, that's what they do.
Okay.
They immerse themselves and they become that character.
Okay, I got it. And when you watch him tell the story, it sounds good to me. I'm like,
but that's what liars can do.
Okay.
Yeah, Skip, I have to be able to convince you.
Yep.
Because now, if I just say things, you're like, that's a lie. I got to be convincing. And he's telling the story. Oh, Kobe in the dark night, he saw this and he knew that he had to go to a dark place. Kobe wanted to, how did you get there? So I can use that to get into that dark place so I can become the Black Mamba and get us here.
That's true. Yep.
But the man had passed 6 months ago.
It's just, it's sad. It's heavy. It's
And you
sad.
just, Skip, I mean, you gonna tell that lie. You tell it, I mean, you lie on a dead man.
How do you believe him now? How do you,
Well,
honestly?
he got away with it for about a year. I
Yeah.
guess.
Somehow.
Well, if you would rob a blind man, you would definitely lie on a dead man.
There you go.
Found that video. Boy, it makes it really real when you hear him lying like that. We're going to move on to Kevin Durant. He has already been ruled out for Game 1 of the finals tomorrow, but he did travel on the team's charter to Toronto yesterday, putting his status for Game 2 on Sunday in question. Steve Kerr said KD has shot on his own, but has not done any on-court work with his teammates yet. So, Shannon, what does this tell you that Durant went to Toronto?
He got your bag, Jenny. That bag weighed more than Kevin Durant. Skip, you had a bag dragging him down?
I don't notice those things like you do.
You know,
I thought he had gold in the bag the way he was leaning with it. I was like, geez.
Or
He got good style.
Was he limping on his calf?
I don't know
That's
what
what
it was.
I thought. It looked like he was limping, and
Got
I
a
don't know
lot
if
of
it was
stuff
for
to take.
effect or because he's just limping.
I didn't notice. You saw a little something?
Little teeter, a
Something?
little teeter.
I thought the bag looked heavy. He ain't got no but a pair of socks and the gym shorts in there, and he weighted him down. But anyway, Skip Bayless.
Maybe he's got like gold bars. In
He
it.
got-
Gingerly. You're
Skip,
right,
look,
yeah.
this had become a story. This had become a distraction
Yeah.
because it reported that we don't know after they ruled him out. Okay, so you know he's not playing Thursday night. Whether or not Kevin Durant was going to make the trip to Toronto. It had started to become a story. It had started to become a distraction. It had started to become like Kevin Durant has started to splinter from his team.
True.
Because the questions were being asked. Well, why isn't he on the bench? Or why isn't he doing this? This was never a concern for me.
I was asking those questions
You did.
early on.
This was never a concern for me because, okay, he's out. I mean, why fly? I mean, that's a long way. I'd like to think San Francisco to Toronto, Canada. That's on the East Coast. That's a long flight. That's what, 6 hours, maybe 7?
Probably 6.
Hey, okay.
7.
Okay, give 6 hours. Well, you can be at home getting treatment, come back. Hey, first 2 games, I'm gonna be out. It's hard for me to believe that he's gonna play Thursday or Sunday. Come back Wednesday, Game 3. Maybe that's closer to a timeline that you can get back, but you can be getting treatment with all that flying. So I believe, Skip, this was the hierarchy in Golden State probably had a conversation with him. KD, we'd like for you to travel because this thing is becoming a story in and of itself. We're not talking about the finals. We're talking about whether or not KD is going to travel. This should have been a non-story. This should have been a non-issue. But for some reason, somehow it became an issue. And I don't believe it would have become an issue, Skip, had Kevin Durant had another year on his contract. But because Kevin Durant's a free agent, because of the uncertainty, and more people tend to think that Kevin Durant is not returning to Golden State, that the foregone conclusion he's leaving, I think this became more of a story. And Bob Myers and the ownership and Steve Kerr just say, look, just put on a positive face, take this trip with us.
Just me. I don't think ownership or executives or head coach tell this man to do anything. I think
They ask.
kid gloving. They're just like,
they ask him, can you
whatever you
do
think,
this solid?
KD, whatever you
Do
think.
is this solid?
You could be right about this. We're both mostly guessing, although we're educated guessing. And I'm going to guess just the opposite of you. I'm going to guess, educated guess, that Kevin Durant wants to play because he thinks he needs to play. I think this whole narrative of they're better without Kevin Durant is just eating at him.
Yeah, of course.
And what happened last week, we watched it up close and personal here with our man, Chris Broussard. KD fired back at him because what did Chris suggest? That if they win without him, it's going to taint Kevin's first 2 rings and his 2 finals MVPs. And remember, Chris said, I believe it was on his radio show, that the Warriors winning a title with Durant on the bench would be his worst nightmare, right? That's what Kevin fired back at, because it got him, it stung him. Well, there are worse nightmares. I'm paraphrasing his tweet, but he's saying there are other things in life that, well, sure there are. But in the basketball context, this would be his worst basketball nightmare, right?
Yes.
So I believe he's about to try to force his way back onto the floor, and he's got the power to force.
So you believe he's going to be able to play game 2. So you believe that had he been ruled out for game 1 and 2, he would have stayed back home.
Correct.
But there's a possibility that he might be able to play Sunday, so he needed to go ahead and make the trip.
And I do think he's either been ostracized or sort of ostracized himself from the team, because he would not sit on the bench the way DeMarcus Cousins was and help cheerlead or help or advise from the bench the way we've seen other injuries. Even LeBron would go to the games, right?
Yes.
The home game. Did he go? He didn't go to all the aways, but he went to some aways.
Yes.
But he would help when they had a sideline huddle. He'd go talk to the kids, right? Well, Kevin could have done all of the above, and he chose not to. We just saw him standing up the runway at the entrance to the locker room, talking to players as they came off for halftime, right?
Well, let me ask you this, okay? He's making the trip. What kind of look is it if he's in the locker room during the game instead on the bench?
I don't love it. If you make this trip and this is game 1 of the finals, you better go sit with your guys.
That's my thing.
Right?
Because it makes no sense. If he's not, and Skip, for me, I always thought that, okay, if that calf is injured as I think it is, and Steve Kerr said it's more injured than we previously thought, he doesn't need to be doing any sudden movement. You know, all of a sudden somebody runs to the bench and he tries to get out the way, or he's standing up and down, you know, aggravating it. So for me, it never really bothered me why he wasn't traveling. I had no problem with it because I thought he was seriously injured and he could get treatment to help speed the recovery. But this situation here is going to be very interesting. I think everybody's going to want to see, okay, he made the trip, but now where is he?
I still think you can treat on the road, not quite as well as at home, but you can still ice it. You can get it massaged by your masseuse on the road.
Yeah.
And I don't have any idea how bad it is, because it almost feels like Steve Kerr isn't sure how bad it is. But if Kevin announces to Steve Kerr after game 1, win, lose, or draw, if he says, I'm going to go in game 2, I think Steve Kerr has no option.
Yeah, I'm the coach of this team. You're the player.
Okay, is he going to say that?
Yeah, I would.
If Kevin says, Coach, I can go, I got to go.
Skip, the dude has done nothing with the team in almost a month.
He's Kevin Durant.
I get all that.
He is as big a free agent prize as we might have ever seen. I know LeBron was big last year. I'll give you that. But this guy, but this guy is in his prime, and he is certainly the premier prize of this free agent.
Yes, absolutely.
Period, right?
Yes.
He's going to dictate the dominoes.
Well, hold on. Why am I going to make concessions when you're already gone?
Well, are you sure he's already gone?
Well, you selling the house over here and you building the house over there?
I don't know. Who knows?
Oh, so you catering the players, huh?
I don't know. By the way, Kevin's been living on the San Francisco side, so I don't know if he has.
Well, they built the arena. Yeah. So, you know, a lot of players.
But he's already been living on the San Francisco side to start with.
And he got a place up here. He still got a place out here, I think.
Yeah, and yet he had the one in Malibu that went up for sale a week ago, but he's got the one in Hollywood Hills, and I think he still has. Who knows
I'm thinking about
what he might wake up. Are you going to buy that one?
Thinking
the
about
Malibu?
Thinking about it.
Really?
Thinking.
Really?
That might be a little bit too far commute for me.
But it's not out of your price range. I think it was like $13 million.
Oh,
that's chump change for you. No?
I ain't gonna have no furniture. I can't eat anything. I ain't got nothing. Yeah, I ain't got no car. Hey, I gotta take Uber to and from work. I can't have no extra expenses. No.
So here's the bottom line to this discussion.
Okay.
If worst nightmare would be Steph, Clay, Draymond, and company winning without him, what if he did sort of force his way back onto the floor and into the lineup in the game, and he's going to play 30 minutes, and they lose? Is that not an even worse nightmare?
What if they win and then he returns? I don't know if they win the championship, Skip. I don't know how he returns. There's no way he can come back. If they win without him, there's no way he can resign.
Well, there's a way he could.
No, he can't.
Well, he could just.
Everybody look at you and say, you alone. You know what they're gonna say? KD, you alone for the ride. Because they won this thing without you, bro.
And he could say, I just won back-to-back finals.
Yeah, that was in the past. Yeah, that was in the past. No, what have you done for us lately? Because we swept Portland without you. We beat Toronto without you. We won a game and a half without you. Nah, bro, we good.
Okay. Well, knowing Kevin, he would take this as a personal insult and challenge, and he would say, okay, good luck without me next year.
Okay, well, good luck. Good, we said we did before you got here.
Yeah.
Good luck without us. Because we saw what you did without us.
Yeah.
You remember it was us that made you come join us. Because we pap.
Yep.
Put you over our knee.
In all my career, I've never seen anything like this scenario.
No.
Never seen anything like it. This is the best player on the planet, and his team is playing better without him.
Second best.
He's the best player on the planet.
But okay, I
That
get
guy's
your point.
too old. He used to be. He used to be.
Skip. I get your point. I'm not going to
He grew out of it.
Skip.
I'm being nice, but he grew out of it.
I'm not going to let the facts ruin your argument.
Okay, but the
go
point
ahead.
is,
You make a
he is
compelling
the best
point.
player. He's the last 2 Finals MVPs. That guy is hearing the narrative, hearing all the whispers around him via social media that he's no longer needed. And that guy is out of his mind to say, should I or should I not? Because he's playing a very dangerous game where it's almost like a lose-lose unless he can just flip the switch back on and take over the finals and be the MVP.
Hold on.
Okay, what if he's the MVP of the finals? Would that cement the case, right?
I'm just trying to figure out how can a team look better without the best player in the world playing?